Lesson 1 and 2, Unit 9, Hello Plus. Tame, ethologist, behave, domestic. domestic اللي pets يعني حيوانات أليفة يعني domestic. Uh, أو domestic means local. Burr, a sound produced by cats or other animals. Behavior, act or performance. Behavior. Researcher. Rescue, to save someone, so I am the rescuer. Save. Train has different meanings. A train that mean a mean of transport, a means of transport, or train يدرب. Okay, Lamar.
Term. Term behavior. Ethologist. Researcher. Behave. Resource. Domestic. Bird. Train. Tiger. Flamingo. Wall. Snack. Elephant. Panda. Snow leopard. Penguin. Desert. Mountain. Sea. Jungle. Forest.
Hell.
Hills.
Okay, whale. Whale.
Whale.
White whale or blue whale. We have different kinds of whales. The most famous ones are the blue whale and the white whale. Okay, Luigi, you have to change your.
Have to change your behavior or people can get angry with you.
The baby was about to fall down.
The baby was about to fall down, but his mother rescued him.
Rescued him. Lamar, they got a
They got a dash to deal with the uh, gorilla in the resource center.
rescue center.
Um, got a doctor
An ethologist, not a
and
doctor.
okay.
It is an animal, so we don't need a doctor. We need a vet
Oh
or
yeah,
a ethologist or a ethologist. Okay. Number 14, four,
Alex live in the dash in the in the jungle.
or grasslands. Yes, grasslands or jungles. Guess. Guess what? Realize. Display. Die. Realize is an informative verb, like know. Informative verb can be followed by another verb or a sentence. I know that you are good, مثلا, for example. I realize that they were or they did. Anyway, يعني, it is followed by another verb. So it's informative verb. Rocks, develop, types, climate change, movie, describe, description, Ecuador, Delhi, closely. Luigi,
Okay, fix your vocabulary. Guess, realize, display, die, rocks, develop, types, climate change, movie, describe, description, Ecuador, delay, closing.
okay, wild,
Wild, alike, blind, amazing, certain, several, surprising, essential, social, excited, different, happy, large, dangerous, difficult, scientific, important, quiet.
All these words are adjectives. Wild animals, alike, blind, amazing, certain. All these are adjectives. Now, conjugation of verbs, lamar, known, you, known.
No, new, known. Cut, cut. Find, found. Teach, taught. Understand, understood. Hurt.
Hurt. Behavior. The verb of behavior, behave. Behave means act or perform or do. Behave. Rescue. Rescue to save someone of or something from something difficult or dangerous. This is a rescue to save someone or something. Behavior is the way someone or something say or do something. Behave, to do or to act or to perform. Ethologist, Lamar.
Ethologist, a person who studies animal behavior. Jungle, a forest in a tropical country where lots of trees and plants grow very close together.
Yes, the jungle can be a part of a forest in a way. يعني هي a forest in a tropical country. Tropical that mean tropical countries اللي هو المدارية أو الاستوائية يعني. فبتكون very hot and rainy كثيرة المطر. عشان كده بتبقى كثيفة الايه الأوراق والأشجار. Share facts. Share something with somebody. Share behavior. Share something with humans. Look after, look for, look forward to, get angry, get sad. Get can be followed by adjectives in a way. Have a job, have is followed by a noun or a phrase. If it is followed by a verb, it must be in past participle. Domestic, Petian, pet, certain, L, rescue, display, tame. آه ده احنا بنتكلم على السينونيم والانتونيم. Domestic means tame, tame or pet. The antonym is wild. Certain, specific, uh, particular, particular, general or common. Ill, sick, unwell, well or healthy or fit. Rescue, save, in danger. Display, show, hide, hidden. OR gives us the noun, ER gives us the noun, IC gives us most of the time adjectives. LY to give us an adjective or an adverb, but we have adjectives like lonely, lively, motherly, fatherly, um, lovely are adjectives. The rest of the words are adverbs, like beautifully, and so on. Lucy, the word domestic is the opposite of
Is the opposite of wild.
wild. Number two, to turn the verb behave into a noun
We add IOR.
or IOUR. In British English, we use you after here, but in
Yeah.
American, we omit the you. Okay, the opposite of hide is
The opposite of hide. Display.
hide يخبي يبقى show.
Show. Okay.
هو عايز هنا الopposite مش the same meaning. The same meaning hide uh, can be disappear, but show here is the opposite of hide. Search, research, researcher. Researcher is the person who does the research. Search that mean to look for, but research is to do a study, to make to do a research or to do a study. Search someone. لما اقول search مثلا he searched me يعني فتشني ذاتيا يعني تفتيش شخصي. Searched for his book. He looked for his book. Research is the study itself. Students do many researches for clean energy. The researcher, the person who does this the study. Danger, in danger, in danger. In danger here in preposition, danger noun. In danger is a verb to make someone in danger. That mean endanger him. Danger is a noun that mean something hazardous, something very uh, painful. يعني, anyway. Dangerous, the adjective. Danger, dangerous. Danger noun, dangerous adjective. Endanger is a verb. Endanger is a noun. We can use endanger as a verb with ed as an adjective. Science, scientist. IST gives us the person who does the job. Science, scientist. Ethologist, pharmacy, pharmacist, geology, geologist. Anyway, uh-huh. أهلا يا مالك. اتأخرت يا مالك.
مستر حضرتك المفروض مش الميعاد 6:30 ده كان
ممكن لو قلت هبدله ربع ساعة أو أكتر شوية.
حضرتك كنت باعت من بدري بس أنا كنت بحسبه ميعاد 6:30 يعني
لا أول ما ببعت بتخش على طول.
ما كنتش عامل حساب.
No problem. مفيش مشكلة. Work together. Lose their homes. Get bigger. Behave like. Give scientific names. Train animals. In real life. Home to. In certain way. In certain ways. In specific ways. In particular ways. Certain particulars. Okay. Dangerous adjective. Dangerous for. Move around. For the night. Tamed. The verb tame to treat someone in the way to make it uh, uh, do something specific thing. Tame by humans يعني يتم ترويضه. Near the sea, by the sea, next to the sea. Useful for, cut down. اقرأهم ملك كلهم. ملك.
Work together, lose in their homes, get bigger, behave like, give scientific names, train animals. Also the preposition.
In real life.
Really, in real life, in certain ways, move around, tamed by humans, near the sea, home to, dangerous for the night, useful for, cut down.
Thank you. Luigi, elephant behavior, reading and listening.
Elephant behavior. An ethologist is a person who studies animal behavior. We have always known that we can train pets and domestic animals to behave in certain ways. For example, we can train animals to help blind people move around. We can also guess how pets are feeling. For example, we believe that when cats are happy, they purr. However, ethologists have also realized just how amazing wild animals are. A wild animal is one that lives in nature and has not been tamed by humans. Wild animals show
Many
many
surprising
surprising
behaviors.
behaviors. Some of the most amazing wild animals are elephants. Researchers have seen several types of behavior which elephants share with humans. For example, elephants look after each other when they are ill, elephants feel sad when other elephants die, and rescue family members that are in danger. And they don't get angry with each other as often as other wild animals do. Elephants seem to love each other and look after each other in ways that we have not understood before. While some people do not agree that elephant behavior is like human behavior, the research shows us that we don't know everything about animals and that we still have a lot to learn.
Okay, Lamar, the panda.
Panda. This is an animal that lives in China. It is black and white people who need wood to build their homes. Came to the forest and the mountains where this animal lives. They cut down the trees which this animal eats, but now these people understand that the animal need their homes and their food. Which animal is it? It's a panda.
Okay. Penguin, Malik. Penguin. This is a bird that always
Yes,
lives
yes.
near the sea.
Penguin. This is the bird that always lives near the sea. It can swim and can also walk. It doesn't walk very well because it has legs that are really short. It likes to eat fish. Climate change is the animal's biggest problem. Children who have watched the movie Happy Feet, uh, children who have watched the movie Happy Feet know a lot about this animal. Which animal is this? It is a penguin.
Okay, Luigi, scientists. Snake under the ground.
Okay. Snakes under the ground. Scientists are excited because they think they have found three new types of snake. These are snakes which live in South America in 2021. Scientists who were studying animals and educators stayed in a small town for the night. The people who gave them food told them about snakes which were living between rocks and under the ground. The scientists went to find out more. They found three new types of small snake living in these quiet places. The scientists who found the snakes gave them new scientific names and they wrote articles which have lots of information about these amazing animals.
uh, which have lots of information about these amazing animals. والكلام ده كان في Ecuador. Lamar, Delhi is the biggest city in India.
Delhi is the biggest city in India, and this home to millions of people who have moved here to find work. As the city gets bigger, animals such as monkeys that live in the hills and mountains outside Delhi are losing their homes, so they have to come to the city too. But the city is dangerous for wild animals, especially for large birds. Wildlife Research is a group with
Rescue,
res-
rescue.
rescue rescue which helps to look after birds that are hurt in Delhi city. Nadim Shahzad and Muhammad Sood The
The two
two
brothers.
brothers,
No,
two
sorry.
brothers who started wildlife rescue in 2010 have helped more than 20,000 birds.
يبقى Nadim Shahzad ومحمد سود started the project wildlife rescue. Notice the uh, capitalization of the first letters. That is a name of something. It is an organization in a way. Wildlife rescue البروجكت بتاعهم ده saved about 20,000 or 20,000 birds. وهم started in 2010. In
In
2022,
in 2022, there was a film called Alda Breathes, which is about wildlife rescue. Anyone who has watched this film can tell you how beautiful it is. It's special to see the amazing work that the boys do. Human activity is hurting these birds and Delhi, but wildlife rescue is helping them.
okay. Paragraphs. Paragraphs have an important job. When writers want to tell us about a new idea, or they start a new paragraph. So a new paragraph for a new idea. When we are talking about a paragraph, we can have the title. The title should be uh, 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 very clear and should contain in its meaning the whole paragraph I'm talking about. Also, we put here at the beginning introduction. Introduction, that mean I am talking in general about the title. I am talking in general. I'm not writing details here, not because, not to why, after, before, when, not details here. We put here the main ideas. After that, we take the main ideas here, the first main idea and the second main idea in paragraphs. So each idea I put it in a paragraph by itself. Another paragraph for the second idea. For example, if I'm talking about the positive and negative of something, or the advantage and disadvantage, pros and cons. So I'm going to mention the pros here and the cons here, and at the end, the introduction. Any paragraph should contains this, but in this paragraph, we call it an essay anyway. Essay. There is no difference between the essay and the paragraph, but the paragraph can be part of the essay. Essay should contain introduction, conclusion, and paragraphs. A paragraph can be one of those. So the paragraph can be one part, one idea. The essay uh, maybe two or three ideas, but in one subject or one topic. The essay is talking about a topic, one topic. Okay? Listening for numbers. When I'm listening to a paragraph, I listen for I take notes, a shortcut. I take notes for the dates, for example, dates, names, places. I take note for myself. If he mentioned Cairo, if he mentioned Delhi, if he mentioned India, if he mentioned two brothers, it doesn't matter their names is. I can say the two brothers instead of their names. شهرزاد ولا محمد. Anyway, ما يهمنيش النيم. Uh, uh, the two brothers, and I can write a paragraph using the shortcut. Also, the paragraph, or maybe the autobiography, or the biography, I can write a paragraph about somebody as a biography. Biography should start with the place and time and place. Should start with we should use uh, chronological order. chronological order يعني ترتيب زمني. فما ابداش هنا بانه تاريخ في 2010 وبعد كده ابقى اكمل جمله تقول لي في تاريخ في 2003. لا، يبقى نبدا ب 2003 الاول، في ترتيب زمني. كذلك ترتيب الافكار، يعني في سيكونس للافكار. Okay, let's go to the exercise. Number one, Malik, we are studying these animals closely to see how they
Behave.
behave. Number two, cat,
Purr when they are happy. Purr.
burr, بيطلعوا أزيز كده. تمام. Ecologists study animal.
Uh, uh, behavior and their habits. Uh,
Yes.
tigers live in lots of places like jungles, mountains, or
Mm,
and forests.
Luigi, tigers live in lots of places like jungles. Luigi,
uh, the whale lives in the sea.
the whale lives in the sea. Luigi, we can
We can endanger pets and domestic animals to behave in certain ways.
endanger. Okay. Plants that grow in the don't need a lot of water.
Plants that grow in the wetlands
No,
and forests.
in desert. Plants that grow in the desert don't need a lot of water. Okay. But plants that grow in wetlands need a lot of water. Okay, number eight.
Mister, I think we can deal pets or endanger pets. Why do you
No,
think?
no. We can deal with يتعامل مع. لكن we can endanger يعني نجعلهم في خطر. Pets and domestic animals الحيوانات وكده to behave in certain ways. والله برافو عليك، صح. we can deal pets. لا we can train pets. معلش انا
Train.
we can train pets مش endanger. انا فكرت هنا يعني النقيض من انهم يكونوا في خطر يعني. اوكي، لا we can فعلا، بس كويس ان انت رجعتنا. we can train pets، ندربهم يعني. we can train pets and domestic to behave in certain ways. صح. we can train pets. اوكي number 8 يا لوجي.
Elephants work together to rescue family members that are in danger.
Elephants work together to rescue family members that are in danger. Okay, Lamar,
Climbing the dash was the biggest challenge in her life. The mountain. Snakes live between dash and under the ground, between rocks.
between rocks. مظبوط. Number 9.
Have have seen several types of behavior which elephants share with humans. Um, researchers.
Researchers have seen several types of behavior which elephants share. Yes. Okay, number 12.
Okay, to dash is to do or say things in a certain way. Is to behave.
Yes, to behave or to do or to act or to perform is to do or say things in a certain way.
Mm.
اوكي بالمره اخر جمله برضو ليكي انت.
An
or
eth-
an.
an ethologist is a person who studies animal behavior.
Yeah, ethologist. Luigi,
Don't get angry with your little sister, she's just a child.
don't get angry. Malik, animals that are
Animals that are in danger must be protected.
danger death. Is that right?
In, yes,
In danger. In is
yes,
followed by a noun. Okay, not a
yes.
verb, not adjective. Okay. Also, number 16, Malik, animals that are in the circus have been
Yes, sir.
tamed
By humans.
by humans. Uh, defining relative clause. Relative clause we use to join two sentences. We have a noun that is repeated in two sentences. The noun can be something or can be human. Uh, if it is a human, I can follow it with who or whom. Whom is followed by a subject, I or we or you or they. Who is followed by a subject, I or we or you, or plus a verb. So the difference between who and whom in who can be followed by verb, but who also have the same usage like whom can be followed by a subject. Who replaces the subject or the object of human of man يعني. Whom replaces only the object. So we have here the object. We don't know want to mention this object, so we use whom and complete the whole sentence except for the object. If we have a sentence here and we have the subject, we can use instead of the subject who and complete the sentence. This is why it is followed by a verb. We use that also for human. That can replace subject or object. Who for subject or object. Uh, human or man. Where for places. When for time. Which for things, creatures, other than human. So we use which for. We can use which for place. We can use which for things. Which for place can replace where if we have a preposition in the sentence. Where cannot we use where, and when we cannot use a preposition here or here related to the place or to the time. If we have a preposition here or here, we use which instead of where or when. That cannot come after a comma. That is wrong after a comma. We cannot use that after a comma. That is wrong if we used on or in or at, any preposition before that. It is wrong. We cannot use a preposition before that, but we can use a preposition after that. We can use a preposition after who, but we cannot use before it. So who is followed by a preposition on or for or whom is followed by a preposition for or on or by or with or any preposition and preceded by a preposition also on or for or by. And for example, who it's correct to to be preceded by a proposition, or it is correct also to be followed by a proposition. Whom is not correct to be preceded by a proposition. We cannot put a proposition here, but we can use the proposition here. That we can use the proposition.
Yeah, and don't understand. Whom we can use before the proposition or no?
Whom proposition. Whom proposition. Okay.
Okay.
Who, no proposition, proposition.
Okay.
That, no proposition, proposition. Where or when,
No proposition after and before? That?
yes. No, no. Which, yes proposition, yes proposition. Okay.
Okay. Why we use it?
Again, come again.
Why we use it?
Why we use who, for example?
No, no. Why we use relative clauses?
It is the same question. Why we use the relative clauses? Why we use who? I said it before. When we have a sentence and another sentence, we want to join those sentences in one sentence. We can use relative clauses. So who, if we have the noun here and here the same, and human, we can use who instead of the second one.
I know this information, but I mean there is a difference between the relative clauses and the relative pronouns.
Make your question clearer, please.
Okay, like the relative clause and the relative like is apart from the relative pronouns is apart from the relative clause.
Yes. Now we have a relative clause here. Who is my classmate? This is a relative clause. What is a clause? I told you before what is a clause, what is a phrase. Do you remember? A relative
Yes.
phrase, a phrase is a group of words which doesn't contain a verb. A clause, it is like the sentence, but it doesn't give a meaning by itself. If I told you who is my classmate, you don't understand anything because it's a clause. Okay? The clause is a group of words that contains a verb but doesn't give a meaning alone by itself. The sentence is like the clause. The clause can be subject plus verb plus completion or plus object. This can be a clause or can be a sentence. The sentence gives us by itself, I can understand the meaning. So it is a sentence if I understand sentence. So it is a sentence, a full sentence, a complete sentence. But a clause doesn't give a meaning. So we need other words to give us the meaning. This is the clause. So relative clause that mean uh, بالعربي شبه جملة. شبه جملة روابط الايه آه، ضمائر الوصل. فبيكون معايا شبه جملة. Notes here. Ayman is friendly. He is Ayman. So we don't. We have two sentences. To join those two sentences, I begin with Ayman and I omit he and use instead of he who. I complete the same sentence. Who is my classmate? And after that, I complete the first sentence. Ayman is friendly. So here we omitted the subject of the second sentence. who can replace the subject and who can replace the object. Here we cannot use that because there is a comma here. When we use two commas like this, that means we can delete this or omit it, omit يعني نحذفه without without uh, distorting the meaning of the sentence. For example, Ayman is friendly. I understood. Ayman is friendly. Who is Ayman? This is the work of the two commas. Two commas means it gives an explanation to what is before. So here is an explanation to Ayman. Who is Ayman? My classmate. It added a new information about Ayman, but it is about Ayman also. Ayman, this is بنقول عليها indefinite indefinite relative clause. يعني ممكن نحذفها كمان. Ayman, who is my classmate, is friendly. Do you know Helmi? You met him. Him here, an object. Ayman here was subject. We can use who or whom or that. We can use whom here also instead of him. So we can use do you know Helmi? Do you know Helmi? Whom or that or who you met in the club? Do you know Helmi? Who or that or whom you met in the club? Well, question mark because we started with do. Which is that for things, not for human, but we can use that for human also. That for human and living things. Also the same. We have sentence trees. They is the subject. We can omit they and join those sentence. We use the relative clause after the first one. So trees, which or that. In this case, I will not complete this sentence. I will complete this one. Trees which or that grow in the jungle, then we complete the other part of the first sentence, are usually very tall. Okay. Lamar, researchers have seen several types of behavior.
Researchers have seen several types of behavior dash will share dash elephants share with humans, which
Which or that? Yes, because
yeah,
we are talking about thing, behavior. Number two, the bird doesn't walk very well because it has legs.
it has dash legs, which
Legs, legs, which or that? Okay. When we use whose, Lamar,
whose
yes,
we will say
whose to replace his or
yeah,
her or
or,
my or
or
yours,
mine,
huh?
oh yeah, or
Or
yours,
or apostrophe s,
yeah,
and it is followed by
it's followed
a,
by
a possessed noun.
a,
اسم مملوك, a possessed noun.
a possessive noun.
Possessed noun. اسم مملوك. يعني whose book, whose father, whose girl, and so on.
Okay.
Okay. Malik, people,
Okay, people uh, who study animals
okay, human who,
or that
can we
can
use,
be that an informal.
can we use that here?
Yes, an inform. If we say an
Can we
informal,
use, okay, that is correct also. Can we use whom?
no.
No, because whom is not followed by a verb, it's followed by a subject. Whom is followed by a subject because it replaces the object of the sentence. So we have the subject as it is. فاعل فعل, no object. Okay, Malik, trees.
Trees that grow in jungles are very tall.
That. Is that right? That
Yes.
or which? Okay, Luigi, number five. Scientists.
Scientists who understand animal behavior know that we still have a lot to learn. Who?
Who? Scientist is human. Okay, Luigi,
My brother prefers to watch movies which make him happy.
which make him happy. Yes, or that. Luigi, Mr. Sabri is a teacher.
Is the teacher who taught my brother.
I visited the temple.
I visited the temple that is located in the city of Luxor.
That or which. Okay, okay, okay.
Okay.
Whereas we can use the temple as a place. So we can use where. Where is not followed by a verb. Where is followed by an action or an event. Okay, Lamar, the person
The person that is sitting next to me is called Hytham. The person who
who, okay, برضو Lamar, you lifted the bag.
you lifted the bag dash you bought at the weekend at my house. That
That or which. Okay, Malik,
This is the animal who which lives in China
which,
or
or
that.
that, or that. Okay, we use almost which, not that in a way,
Yes,
but we
because
can
that's
say
used
oh,
in
but
informal
it,
language.
it prefer to use which. Okay, elephants are animals.
Okay, elephants are animals which seem to love each other.
Okay, number three,
Scientists uh, who, who were studying.
we can use that here. Who
Uh,
is correct? Can we use that?
yes,
No,
mhm.
because we have a comma. We cannot use that, a comma before that. So who is the only correct answer? Okay, Luigi, number four.
plants that grow in deserts don't need a lot of water. That
Which, which grow? We can use that, but it's preferred to use which. Number five.
children that have watched the movie called Happy Feet know a lot about this animal. Children who have
Children
watched it.
who have or can use that. Also, Luigi, is this car?
Is this car that she bought? Is this, which she bought?
Which you bought? Okay, Lamar, I give the shoes.
I give the shoes dash are too small for me to my cousin. Which
Which?
or that? No,
No,
wait, no, that no.
we have a comma. We can't use that. Okay. Number eight,
I work for a charity dash.
security. That or which?
Dash looks different. of after animals. Which?
Which or that? Okay. Malik, this is a watch. This is the watch. Lamar, this is the watch.
This is
I was talking, but the mic was closed. It's
Ah,
what?
the mic was closed. Okay, okay. This is the watch.
Which
Which?
or that? Because there
Okay,
is no comment.
correct. Which or that? Magama, the person. Malik.
My grandma is the person. Uh, no,
Who?
whom
La, no.
who
Who?
who
Who is followed
who
by a verb, but
yes
whom is followed by a subject.
subject.
Whom, I, we, you, they, and so on. Whom is followed by a subject because it replaces the object. Who replaces the subject, so it can be followed by a verb. Who is can be followed by like whom by a subject because I mean who replaces an object, who replaces a subject. So when I omit, this is the sentence. The sentence begins with subject, verb, object. So if I omit the subject, I have the rest. Who is followed by a verb and object. Who is followed by a subject and a verb when we omit the object. When she replaces the object or when she replaces the subject. This is who. But whom replaces only the object. So it is always followed by a subject. We have a verb here. We cannot use whom. We can use who. Okay, listening.
let's
Leave the lesson.
mark. I'm starting a new lesson.
Take this as a homework. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Machine.
Mister, can
Yes.
we take this page only because after that we could have a lesson?
Okay.
Okay.
Reading. Animal helpers speaking pronunciation. Machine. Essential. Carrier pigeons. Carrier pigeons. لو الحمام الزاجل يعني بيقولوا عليه carrier pigeons. Marine مرتبط بالبحر. Marine. Scientists. Debate ودي بيكون two people or two groups of people are discussing one is opposite to another الاثنين ضد بعض في منهم واحد defute يعني يدحض defute أو refute يعني يدحض فكر الآخر ويحاول يغلبه فممكن تكون ما بين ديانتين أو ثقافتين كده يعني debate glad mammal uh, narwhal the the public toad business smartphone اوكي مش محتاجين نقراهم نحل على طول مالك number one the press this button to make the
To make the machine work.
okay uh, Judy Luigi whales and dolphins
Whales and dolphins are marine animals.
marine animals المارين واحنا بنقول على الرجال البحريه الامريكيه برضو المارينز لامار
Dash are a kind of frogs. Mm, toads.
toads okay برضو انت يا لامار
Carrier dash are birds that used to send messages in the past. Carrier
carrier يعني حامل. carrier carrier pigeons.
Regions, yeah.
pigeons اللي هم الحمام الزاجل او الحمام المراسله يعني. اوكي project. آه، project ممكن تكون verb وممكن تكون noun على فكره. لكن هي غالبا بنستخدم معها do project. do project. oceans. areas. human beings اللي هو mankind. sea lion. وده اللي هو sea lion اللي هو يعني حيوان الفقمة عموما بيقولوا عليه أسد البحر. temperature. check. explain something to someone or explain that أو explain to me. comparison. uh, ache. مؤلم اللي هو headache أو toothache. اوكي تقرأهم لوجي.
Okay. Extra vocabulary. Project, oceans, areas, human beings, sea lion, temperature, check, explain, comparison, ache.
نكمل بقية الكلمات دي بالمرة. سيل اللي هو برضو حيوان الفقمة. في منه أنواع كتير. divers. Belgium. character. transportation. honest. farming. contact. clever. pharmacist. جاي من pharmacy اللي هي الصيدلية. company. new company. news company. researcher. believe. believe in. believe in God, for example. We were warned. hurt, hurt, hurt. read, read, read. choose, choose, choosing. understand, understood, understood. يقرأهم ملك. Belgium.
Okay.
Sea.
Seal, divers, transportation, farming, clever, company, researcher, William, character, honest, contact, pharmacist, news, company, believe.
We were warned.
We were war, hurt, read, choose, chosen, understand, understood.
Okay, get information. Get can be followed by a noun. Get can be followed by an adjective. Get lost. Get burned. Get hurt, and so on. Make a comparison. Go back. Go home. Go across. Go can be followed by verb plus ing if it is a verb, action verb or active verb. So go swimming, go sailing, go riding. Give description, give money, take money, find a way, find the information, find it easy. Find can be a linking verb. Can be followed by an adjective. I find it. I find it. I find it. I find it easy. Have a debate. To hold a debate. Have can be eat, can be drink, can be hold. Have a party, have a debate. Have dinner, have breakfast, have a drink. Can be the meaning of have can be different. Glad, pleased, upset, sad, or angry. Essential, important, vital, main, not essential or trivial. Trivial, that means something not important. Unusual, special, usual, ordinary. اوكي. نقرأ من أول get يا لمار.
Get information, get lost. Make comparison.
Comparison.
Comparison. Go back. Go across. Give a description. Give money. Find a way in. Find information. Have a debate. Glad. Pleased. Upset. Sad. Essential. Important. Vital. Main. Non-essential. Unusual. Special. Usual. Ordinary.
Vital essential, non-essential, essential, essential, vital. اوكي خلاص نقف هنا صح؟
Yeah.
ولا عايزين تكملوا؟
Yeah, because I have a lesson.
اوكي. See you.
See you. Bye.